Good day, boys and girls. So happy to see you. Today I'm going to read you one of my favorite stories called Goggles, the Bear Who Dreamed of Flying. I have a grandson, two of them. I have Carter and I have Jackson. And so just think of me as your storytime grandpa. And if you'd like to hear a story, here's one for you. Goggles, the Boy Who Dreamed of Flying. Written by Jonathan Gunson, illustrations by Richard Robinson and Jonathan Gunson. There was once a very small bear who dreamed of flying. Everyone told him he was too little to fly, but he always wore his flying goggles, just in case they changed their mind, which is why all his family called him Goggles. He dreamed about flying at breakfast. He dreamed about flying when tucked up in bed. He even dreamed about flying in the bath. He always took a jar of honey with him because all that flying can make a bear hungry, you know. But even though Goggles was a very small bear, he knew a very big secret. His grandparents, Growlville and Wilma Wright, had built an airplane. They called it the Wright Flyer. Did you see that? Check out, look at that. They wanted to be the first bears to fly, but couldn't find an airplane fuel that would work. On the first try, it crunched into a tree. On the second try, it crashed into a haystack. And on the third try, it ran into a pond. Splush. Look, the airplane's making a splushing sound. Look at that, bear. If only they could find the right flying fuel. They tried lemonade, but it was too fizzy. They tried custard, but it was too gluggy. And ketchup was too slurpy. And chocolate, way too gooey. Then one day, Goggles had a great idea for a fuel. He whispered to Grandpa, "Can you guess what it is?" Honey! The best flying honey. At last, the plane would fly. First bears to fly today. The great day arrived for the first flight of the honey-powered Wright Flyer. Takeoff was at sunrise, and a big crowd was invited to watch. The crowd roared, "Roar." Roar with me. Roar. Goggles wanted to fly too, but everyone said it was too dangerous. So while no one was looking, he sneaked into the back of his plane. Grandpa Growlville started the engine. The propper whizzed and whirred. The Wright Flyer began to move faster and faster, and then the plane soared into the bright blue sky. Zoom! Okay, say it with me. Zoom! Okay, one more time. Your turn. Higher and higher it flew. Soon they were sailing around the clouds. It was so beautiful. But then, oh no! Disaster. The Wright Flyer ran out of honey. Oh no! And began to fall from the sky. If only we had more fuel. We need more honey. Suddenly, Goggles popped up from his hiding place. "Emergency honey!" he shouted. Dun da da! Grandpa had no time to be shocked to see him. He quickly poured the honey into a fuel tank. The engine sputtered, then roared back to life. Boom! Boom! Okay, join me one last time. Boom! The airplane flew safely back to the bare field and landed in front of the cheering crowd. Grandpa announced that Goggles had saved the day. The crowd cheered even more loudly, but Goggles just smiled and waved. He was happy his grandparents were safe, and what's more, he was one of the ripe bears, the very first bear to fly. Boys and girls, I enjoyed reading to you, and so happy to have this opportunity. And to all the kids out there who need a storybook grandpa, I'm always here to read a story to you. Have a good one, everybody.